Automobilista 2, the Brazilian contender in a race of race sims. Find out if it's worth buying right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to RomRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to our Should You Buy series. Thanks for watching, my name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. Programmed by Brazilian company Reiza, Automobilista 2 is the latest installment in a long row of sims produced by them. As the name implies, there is a sim called Automobilista which was lauded for its physics and its AI. Automobilista 2 is a complete different beast running on a complete different game engine, the same that Project Cars 2 used, but it has most of the content Automobilista had, which is good as one very special characteristic of Automobilista was the inclusion of many tracks and series from Latin America and in part from Asia. Follow me. The physics in Automobilista 2 are quite good, and if you are lucky, the force feedback on your wheel is going to be good too. There's enough reports of bad force feedback, so only a part of the people who bought Automobilista 2 enjoy its force feedback perfectly out of the box. But Reiza are known for working on their simulations until they have everything just right. And their history with Automobilista 2 until now seems to continue that history. The graphics are okay, but not as detailed as the ones of Assetto Corsa or Assetto Corsa Competizione, going for a smoother, more gamey style than those two. The virtual reality support is excellent and works like a charm. Sadly, there are no mods for Automobilista 2, and while Project Cars 2 had some mods here and there, they were not specially good. This may be the reason why the modding community has stayed away from this sim. Of course, the fact that support for mods from Reiza is non-existent plays a role here. Automobilista 2 is actively being developed and it gets a new update at least once a month, with Reiza publishing new cars as part of the base game and having DLCs for tracks, which, by the way, they publish in modern and in different historic versions. It supports different and dynamic weather conditions, has a day and night cycle and supports multiplayer, but the netcode has a long way to go yet. This fact and the non-existent mods may be the reason why the community of Automobilista 2 racers is limited, but as far as we can see, growing slowly but steadily. The pricing is quite okay. The base sim costs around €40. There's a season pass valid until 2022 that adds a hefty €90 USD to the bill, and the 4 DLCs already available for it cost €9 each, which we consider a fair price for them, especially if you consider you're not only getting a track, but as said, also historical versions of the track. Reiza also seems to be testing selling the tracks as packs. Automobilista 2 supports very diverse types of vehicles including truck racing, karts, open-wheelers, touring cars and prototypes. Quite the choice. While it has a 24-hour cycle and, as we said, dynamic weather, the possibility of driver swaps is nowhere to be seen, sadly. Therefore, we cannot really say it's ready for endurance races, but Reiza have that feature in their list for the future, and knowing Reiza, we're sure they'll find a way to make it happen. This is what you get and don't get with Automobilista 2. The physics are good, but despite that, the force feedback is so-so for many of us and good for others. It's got good graphics, although they are not in my preferred style. My problem, not theirs. VR support is excellent, and I would add to the pros that is made by Reiza. While the sim is very young and still rough on the edges, Reiza has a good track record for development in the long run. And not only do we get dynamic weather, but because this sim shares and improves on the code of Project Cars 2, the way it deals with wet conditions is good and may become excellent. And as said, it's got a 24-hour cycle. The price is okay, and while we of course went and bought the sim and the seasons pass even before Automobilista 2 was on early access, we understand buying both might look daunting. You may want to wait until there's a sale and you can buy the bundle of both for a little bit over €80. At least that was the sales price last time it went on sale. Another pro is the variety of series and tracks, especially considering you get a ton of South American tracks nobody else has, plus the tracks almost everybody else has. Now to the cons. As said, it's got no mod support and therefore no mods. You cannot do driver swaps. It's got a small community, at least compared to other sims, but this may change in time. And no stadium super trucks. So okay, these ones a pet peeve of mine. I loved to race them in the first Automobilista and was looking forward to racing them in VR with better force feedback. But as for now, they're nowhere to be seen. Automobilista 2 is yet another fine entry in the list of racing sims in what I would call our golden age. We have so many good sims to choose from right now, and you have many good videos to choose from in our channel, so check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.